rats addicted to alcohol, and I could stimulate them to get addicted or to instantly stop their addiction to alcohol based on a fear response with my fiber optic cable.
Wow.
Okay? And this research was literally funded by the military. And this was right before the time I'd come to know the Lord. So the irony is, I both became obsessed with modeling Elon Musk, and in doing so, I came to also realize, oh my goodness, my dreams of working at Neuralink are actually that is the worst technology, that is the most evil thing that is humanly possible.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakwah Quadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wagawathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, like, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did suspect, I guess, if you want to use that term, or better yet, I think the better term is, I did kind of say in an earlier video a while ago that what they are planning on mind controlling people. And I even also brought up that what they could do, or what they did or what they could do is that they have because it's mechanical technology, of course, what they can do is they can use electric waves, like some tiny little electric waves, something that's not lethal, to the body, but just enough of a electric brain signal, or that to send to the brain, because the brain sends electric waves. The brain sends electric signals from the brain to the body in order to move the body. So instead they could send instead they could send the electric signals from the brain, from the C-hip to the brain, to translate into, okay, now brain, tell the arm to stab somebody in the neck or some shit like that. That's basically the thing that they could do. And as a result of that, this is the end result. This is their goals, their plan, where instead of actually working on doing stuff that would be helpful, or they paint this out to be, oh, we're trying to help people, we're trying to restore people's motor function, this and the third, which, yeah, they might be able to do that, but in actuality, the actual goal is, okay, so if we're able to restore motor function, and this is just an objective fact, I'm pretty sure, I think I can say this with absolute certainty, because obviously the two things go kind of hand in hand, but basically the thing is that if they're able to restore motor functions, as in reconnect the neural pathways into lost, paralyzed, or destroyed body parts or limbs or something like that, then they are able to control the body. All right, they're basically able to control somebody through their mind, and send, again, as I said before, the electric signals to the brain, to have the brain convert that into commands and whatnot. So as a result of that, that's what's going on. And this man kind of proved that by saying that this is demonic, where he's saying that he was able to make rats addicted to alcohol, and then also make them not addicted, or make them hate alcohol, or whatever the fuck, and stuff like that. That is scary, because in that same sense, he's basically admitting that, yeah, we're able to make people strongly desire to want to do one thing or something, or strongly want to stay against it. So if basically, like, an example is, like, instead of alcohol, they can say, instead of worshiping God, you have to worship Esau Edom or whatever, like, or DJT or something, whatever the thing. All right, that's basically how they're able to do it, and they can put these in these fear responses, these whatever addiction stuff into people's brain in order to force them to do what the controller wants them to do rather than what the people want. And that should strike some sort of fear in you, because again, this was the thing that was going on, where I had this conversation with someone where they were saying that if anyone restores motor function to someone's body, that means that it's objectively good. They said it's an objectively good thing. But I had said, oh well, you don't understand that this is. Let me actually get that preset because I use this. Revelation chapter 16 verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty. And that's the thing here, where even the devils are able to perform miracles. So these are the miracles that they're able to perform, and it's gonna seem like, oh, this is so great, like I can walk again. And hey, maybe this was the thing that brothers were actually saying. They were saying that the C-hip can grant you the ability to walk again. And maybe some brothers have a hard time walking. Maybe they're on a wheelchair or whatever. I've never seen a brother in that. I only know of people suffering some ailments and stuff like that, but not necessarily like full on paralyzed. But if there is a brother or sister or whatever that is actually paralyzed, they might think like, oh my God, they said that it works and stuff like that. I want to get it. I want to be able to walk again. And it might be an emotional thing for you. And I'm not denying that it's an emotional thing for you, but I'm letting you know that, that's, despite it being so serious, and yeah, you might want to walk again, that is not something that you should be taking. You should be giving yourself into, because you are genuinely putting yourself to be against YAHAWASHI, because it is nothing for YAHAWASHI to restore your legs, to make you fly instead or whatever. All right, this is just, the things is that sometimes that it's just tests, and that was what the brother had actually gone into. Definitely, I'm gonna link this video in the description so you can go check it out yourself. But that's the thing, the devil can entice you with stuff like this, but it's up to you to not allow yourself to be enticed. All right, so continuing on. 1 Samuel 15 verse 23, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as the iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. And this is the thing here where witchcraft extends to, hold on, because let me get the actual thing, because it's involves witchcraft, and I should have gotten it a long ass time ago. And funnily enough, you cannot see this, which despite it being right there, but whatever, it's fine. I'm still going to show you anyway. Here it is. So pharmakia,
Strong's G 5331,
Pharmakia. So basically, this is, if I can scroll down, the use or the administering of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it, the deceptions and seduction of idolatry. So basically, this is I'm slocky over here. Witchcraft and sorcery. This is one of the usages of the word witchcraft, where witchcraft is basically letting us know that these are the definition, or this is how witchcraft is being defined. And it is defined as, drugs, poisoning and stuff like this, where this is an abnormality, all right, an abnormality in the whole thing, where there is the rebellion, as I said before, and Esau is nothing but witchcraft. He's all encompassing of witchcraft. All right, and this is basically what he is going against. This is how he stands against YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. All right, which this is the end result of it. We see in how Esau's trying to get to be at the level of YAHAWASHI, but he never can. That's why I wanted to get Slakia. Job 14:15, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So basically, YAHAWASHI had set limits on the power of Esau, on what Esau is able to do. Esau might say, "Oh, I want to go and be God," but no, he can't do that. He might say, "Oh, I want to go and control the whole world," or whatever, but no, he can't do that. YAHAWASHI set limits. Like there's certain things like, oh, they can't, I don't know what, go out in space or colonize a second planet or some shit like that. You get the point. Where YAHAWASHI set the things where, okay, well, you can't do this, you can do this. Yeah, you can make all these weapons, but even then, because there was this one video, I actually have it in my thing. It's my community post. It's gonna take a long ass time to find it, but basically, they had these UFOs, all right, that basically said, where this guy basically said that it is there was this one UFO that when we shot these missiles, they had neutralized it with such speed and precision. Like it was unbelievable. Like there was no, it was just that fast, because it was the missile. They launched the missile. Hold on. Are you kidding me? Anyway, they launched a missile, and did they hold on, did they delete it? Okay, no, that's the wrong video. Let me see. Here, no, Slakia, this is it. This is the video, not this.
It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a beam of light at the warhead, which is represented by my thumb here. Now, remember, all this stuff is flying at several thousand miles an hour. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, and then this thing flies up like this. Meanwhile, we're all going like this, fires another beam of light, goes around like this, we're going like this, fires another beam of light, goes down like this, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of space. Now, I saw that. I don't give a goddamn what anybody else says about it. I saw that on film. Phil Klass can kiss my ass. He wasn't there. I was. Now, when the lights came on, Major Mansman turned around and looked at me and said, "Were you guys screwing around up there?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It looks to me like we got a UFO." Into the frame came something else. It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a...
The hell's taking so long to mute or to pause? But yeah, you basically get the thing where what happened was that something that was just outside of their capability came in, and this is YAHAWASHI. Like the thing was so fast, it was faster than their missiles, and it negated their strongest weapon. Like that's how superior YAHAWASHI's technology is to Esau Edom. Like there was nothing else to say. What else can I say about that? All right. So moving on, Revelation chapter 9 verse 6, and in all those, and in those, Revelation 9 verse 6, and in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. So the thing here is that, I don't know if you've seen those movies and stuff like that, but well, I already showed another video before, but I don't want to get into that because I have to go find it again. But there was another video. There's some movies and stuff like that where people like, oh my god, I don't want to do this. Someone kill me. This and the third X, Y, and Z. Like I'm miserable. I'm a passenger in my own body. I like Get Out, like the Get Out thing. Like they with the mind control thing, you might feel like you want to not live like this because you're miserable and they're controlling you, and you willingly took that thing thinking that it was gonna be good, it's gonna be fine, but then the actual snare, Psalm 64 verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil manner, they commit of laying snares privily, they say who shall see them, and nobody will, only the prophets, the elect, all right, we're gonna see it, we're gonna warn the people, and a lot of people are not going to listen, and they're going to take this stuff, all right, and then it's just going to be too late. Like you were warned, the Lord sent the prophets out to warn, and then you just didn't want to listen, all right. So as a result of that, that's where you're going to get stuff like this, where where people aren't gonna have miserable lives, but yet they're not going to be able to do anything about it, all right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, the bottom of all, and Shalom.